Epilogue. Colin Croucher was charged with criminal damage and endangering lives, for which he received a 2-year custodial sentence. This was later reduced to a huge fine, and he was ordered to do community service for 18 months. He was also ordered to pay Ben Carter compensation enough to rebuild the dam. This was eventually done under the supervision of Susan and John, who had an architect design a miniature replica of the Aswan Dam in Egypt. It was constructed using reinforced concrete on the insistence of the local council to meet stringent safety standards. Daphne Mallicott finished her year of office as mayor without any further mishap. However, her reputation suffered as a result of her brother's criminal convictions, and she lost her deposit in the council elections the following year. After completing the sale of his land to Susan, Ben Carter moved to Spain, where he fulfilled his dream to teach painting and grow old ungracefully. Lindsay started making dresses in Perth with her own shop, and soon made enough money to employ a manager and dressmakers so she could be a stunt woman for Australian television and film makers. While doing this, she met a 6'8" lifeguard called Steve Benson and married him soon after their son was born. He was named John Herbert Benson. Dr. Salter and his team began excavations again and found Snook's remains. As predicted, they were less than a metre down from where Abigail was found. Plans to extend the bypass were abandoned so that it became possible to arrange a reburial. At the ceremony, attended by more than 100 people, they were placed in the same grave and 2 headstones erected side by side. John joined the staff of the Gazette. He sold his house in Herbert Street to buy half of Susan's land and helped to pay for the building of their new home. Susan and he married at the Register office in Hemel, Hempstead, Old Town. Ben Carter came over from Spain to give the bride away. Lindsay and Steve travelled right across the world to witness the marriage. They brought Susan's brother Andrew with them, as well as his partner Bruce, to be best men. They seized upon their roles with colourful enthusiasm and boundless wit. When the newlyweds came out of the Register office, they were greeted by the entire staff of the Gazette, as well as that of Fenson's estate agents, where Susan was still working, and, of course, Nell Gwynn and Craig were there with copious amounts of confetti. 7 months later, Susan gave birth to twins, not identical but very much alike, a boy and a girl, Benjamin Robert and Emily Abigail. They did think of giving them hyphenated surnames, but Emily and Benjamin Street Savage didn't sound quite right, somehow. James Snook and the Wicked Lady of Markgate Cell were real-life highway robbers who committed their crimes in Hertfordshire and died in that county. All the other characters depicted in this story are fictional and are not intended to resemble anyone living or dead. Herbert Street was read and recorded by Andy Wright.